This is the Fortuosity shop on Main Street at Disneyland. And did you know that originally it was Upjohn Pharmacy when the park opened in 1955? And I want to show you a little tribute that still remains here. But let me tell you real quick about Fortuosity. That's a nod to a Sherman Brothers song from The Happiest Millionaire, which is called Fortuosity. In fact, sometimes you can hear the song played here on Main Street, if you know what the song is. But let me go take you to show you some artifacts that I have from the Upjohn Pharmacy. Before getting back to Disneyland, I want to show you some of these really cool items from Upjohn Pharmacy, including a really unique giveaway that they used to do. This is a brochure about Upjohn, and it says the Upjohn Drugstore in Disneyland, and that chandelier used to hang just outside of the entrance. The shape is supposed to be a mortar and pestle. Now, I have these little cards in it because the pages are really fragile, and this helps turn the pages so I don't have to touch the pages with my hands. Let me come over here. Let me show you this one first, back here, because you get an interior look at it. Now, it wasn't a shop, as the brochure says. It actually says it was one of the most elaborate museums of authentic pharmaceutical wares, furnishings, and equipment in existence, with well over 1,000 antiques collected by the personnel of the Upjohn Company. So these are just a few of the authentic items that they had on display. And you want to know something really crazy? They used to have live leeches on display. The brochure says that they were from the days when leeches were used to draw blood from infected areas of the body. Over here I have these postcards, and this is a great exterior shot at night. And you could see that chandelier from the cover of the brochure hanging above the entrance there. Here's what the other side looks like. So it says Upjohn here. And they talk about Disneyland over here. And this one shows the interior, and on the back it says that the store is a replica of an establishment in the 1880s, and it also mentions the authentic pot-bellied stove and the authentic chandeliers. And then this one here shows the prescription counter. It says the pharmacist's balance in the background, back there, it dates back to 1840 France. And that on the shelf, this thing right there, is a bust of Hippocrates, which dates back to 1800. Remember I told you about a unique giveaway? This is one of them, and they would give away a little bottle of Upjohn vitamins, real vitamins. And this is the box that they would come in. On the back there, it says Disneyland. And there's a mortar and pestle, just like this chandelier. That was on the postcard and on the brochure there. So inside, let me show you, it's still intact, and it is the smallest bottle of vitamins that I've ever seen. And there's actually 12 of them in here. Are you able to see that? I think today that you would call them caplets instead of capsules, but there they are. See how much fun Disneyland was back in 1955? But this is true Disney history. I'll show you that bit of Upjohn that remains here in just a second, but this was the Upjohn Pharmacy from 1955 until 1972, when it became the New Century Clock Shop, and it was renamed New Century Timepieces in 1986. Here's a picture I took of it when it was Timepieces. Now that remained until 2008, when it became the Fortuosity Shop. Okay, come on over here, and if you look up at that window, you'll see the names of various doctors on the window. These were 4 of the top executives in the Upjohn Company, and if you look at the bottom, you'll see it says E.G. Upjohn. He wasn't the founder, but he did become CEO of the company. Kind of a cool piece of Disneyland history.